The Shoei X-Fifteen, the top-of-the-line helmet from a top-of-the-line brand. Now, the question isn't, is this helmet good? It's exceptional, but you already know that. It's a Shoei. The question is this helmet right for you? Now, Shoei has been making helmets for longer than I've been alive. I even bought a couple older Shoeis to kind of get an idea of the brand ethos. And while the foam is dissolving in my hands, the quality is still there. I think Shoei's strength is their combination of innovation and most of all, iteration. To me, Shoei's kind of like the Porsche of helmets that, it doesn't always have the most modern, fanciest bells and whistles or the sharpest, craziest neck-snapping contours, but what they have is generations of iteration, of massaging the form, the lines, the feature, the shape, the brand, and the product, and it shows. So in case you missed it, let me show you. The interior is soft but durable, I would say. It doesn't feel too soft or fleecy or anything, but it seems like it'll last a really long time. Some of the cell structure on the top of the scalp, if you're bald, maybe you'll kind of feel it a little. It's not the softest, but it all seems super high quality. So, if you haven't had a problem with a helmet interior before, you're not gonna have one with this. The visor is really thick, really rigid, which is great. It's got a really strong border all the way around it, which gives it a really, strong form that doesn't flop around as you lift and lower the visor. I really like that. And every accessory is really well mounted on here. Nothing feels like it was just glued on or anything. It really feels just nice and solid. And that's what you're getting out of a Shoei. Near perfect paint. The paint is better than any modern car, really, any, commercial production car. There's the just slightest amount of orange peel, but even orange peel is too big of a word. The paint is perfect for all intents and purposes. It's fantastic. Quality control is under control. There's never really going to be an issue with a Shoei and its quality when it comes to its construction. Now, I actually want to get back to the interior here. We're gonna move the padding out of the way. I'm gonna grab this back piece and pull this through the visor so we can look at the foam, because there's a sticker I really want you to see when you go to purchase a helmet. Every helmet will have an inspection date on it, and this one is April 3rd, the day after my birthday, April 3rd, 2026. It is July of 2026, so only a few months old. Now, Shoei says that your helmet is good for, as long as you don't crash in it, for 5 years since you purchase it, or from the day you purchase it, or 7 years from when it was manufactured, whichever comes first. So if you buy a helmet that's 3 years old, well, you actually only have 4 years with it, not 5, because you bought a helmet that's been sitting on inventory for quite a while. So this helmet is nice and fresh. The main way you can make sure you're getting a fresh helmet is to be buying from a reputable brand that has good high volume product turnover and just keeps monitor of their inventory. This helmet is from Dennis Kirk, which is the sponsor of this video. And I appreciate that Dennis Kirk is sending out helmets that are really, really new. And not only is Dennis Kirk's helmets fresh, but they also ship fast. Same day shipping if you order before 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and all shipping is free over $89. On the road, this helmet is quiet-ish. Now, sure, there's quieter and louder helmets for sure, but I have yet to meet a helmet that I don't want to wear earplugs when I'm wearing it. So, is it quieter? Yeah, definitely, but just wear a pair of earplugs. I don't know. In terms of ventilation, this helmet is great. Shoei says there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vents that run air through the helmet, and then there is 6 exhaust outlets in this helmet, and you can feel it in some areas. Now, in the top of the helmet, when you lift up all these vents around the scalp, yeah, you can definitely feel the difference. Leave these open if it's hot. In terms of the chin, it's the same critique I've had for any helmet I've ever tried. I've never noticed chin vents doing anything for me. I was out on the road and I was opening and closing these on the highway at like 80 miles an hour. I couldn't tell you if they were open or closed. It made zero, and I mean zero, noticeable difference. Maybe if it's cold out, the kind of one setting here will defog. There could be opportunities for it to do something, but honestly, for me, I don't notice the chin vents at all. It's no different here. It's nice of them to give us so many options for chin vents. but it doesn't do anything. But that doesn't matter because my chin, my face isn't what's getting hot. It's my head, my hair, all this stuff, right? That's where your heat is coming out from. And all of that works really, really well in this helmet. You can hear it. When you open up these vents, you can hear the air running through the top of your head, and you can feel that heat leaving your scalp and clearly out the exhaust ports in the back here. So I would still, despite the chin vent not really doing anything, which they never do, I would still say this is a really well ventilated helmet. Now, what I really appreciate about this helmet is how aerodynamic it is. That is the iteration, that's the generations of design that have made this helmet so great. It's gonna be the aerodynamics. The rear spoiler that you've got here, there's a front chin spoiler you can install, or the chin skirt if you'd like. Just the little vortex generators on the visor, the way the air comes in, the way they get it out of there. This is the most aerodynamic helmet I've ever worn by a long shot. And where you notice it is not even 55-mile-an-hour highway speeds, but more like 70 plus. On a naked bike especially, but really on any bike, you start noticing this helmet isn't dragging you as much as many other helmets do, especially when you do a head check. When you look over in your blind spots, a lot of times you can do that and your helmet snaps your neck as it's catching air on the side. This really just feels like I'm not wearing a helmet. When I turn my head, it's not trying to rip my face off. It's just a super aerodynamic helmet. It's definitely, I think its strongest feature is going to be how aerodynamic this helmet is. Another huge plus on this helmet is going to be its field of view. It is like the difference between a regular movie theater and IMAX. It is just so tall and wide. Most helmets are usually wide enough. You rarely get, a helmet within your periphery. What it is that height, especially as you tuck down and you're getting lower and lower, it's that brow line that starts getting in your way a little bit. This is so tall, whether you're sitting upright, cruising around, just around, the city or something, or you're at full tuck, mid-corner, the visor, the field of view is never going to be a limiting factor on this helmet. It's really, really good. In terms of fit, this is actually the best fitting Shoei helmet for me. And I wouldn't say that that's just like an improvement on fit. It just feels like a different shape. I'm an intermediate oval. I'm a size medium in every helmet I've ever worn. I'm a medium in this as well. Most Shoeis just don't fit me perfectly. I'm a big Scorpion guy. Scorpions fit me exceptionally well. And most Shoeis, they're just like a touch more round. Even though they say they're intermediate oval, they don't fit exactly right. This is the first one that seems to be perfect. It seems to be a true intermediate oval. Maybe that's a thing, or maybe my head's a different shape than I think it is, but this fits really well. So what to do with that information? If you love the way Shoeis fit, try this before you buy it, because it doesn't fit like every other Shoei, in my opinion. Or if you've turned away from Shoei in the past because you haven't liked how they fit, give this one a chance, because it's not fitting like most of the other Shoeis. Now, as I've said, this helmet is exceptional, but there are a lot of really great brands creeping up on Shoei's territory, and that makes Shoei's focus on tradition a little bit more apparent. The interior liner, while great, feels similar to their base model RFSR that I purchased 8 years ago. In the box, you get the helmet in a decent cinch bag, a pinlock visor, along with a little bottle of oil and your chin skirt and spoiler, and that's it. And you could say, well, I just bought a helmet, that's all I want. Everything else is just marketing fluff. But when other companies are including a second, tinted visor with a cover for that visor, with a more robust helmet bag and other accessories, I would have to pretend to not be jealous of that when I purchase a Shoei, and I don't get that super cool, big zip top bag or the tinted visor that I clearly will want on this helmet. I still have to purchase it separate. But that's just not where Shoei chooses to innovate. They're sticking with their guns with what they've shipped for a very long time. And that's the thing about Shoei. You won't find them trying out, the newest, most modern, fun accessories and features on their audience. That's just not where they innovate. In that category, they stay iterative and traditional, as we've been saying. Where they choose to innovate and what you're spending $1,000 on roughly is going to be in the things that make it a helmet. Now, I know us, younger riders think that helmets just are made to hold your cardo and your action camera, but believe it or not, helmets are also for your safety. Yeah, fun fact. And that's where Shoei's focus is. This is DOT certified, which means next to nothing. It is ECE 2206 certified, which means everything. It is sort of Snell certified, but that is too long of a story to get into and it doesn't really matter. But whether or not it's FIM certified is up for debate. It has certain features like this locking visor that I can't lift up that mimic FIM certified helmets. There's also locks on the side of the visor, so you really can't remove it. Again, a very FIM-y sort of thing. And its European brother is FIM certified, but you won't find the sticker on the American helmet. Now, if you just want to know if it's FIM certified just because, don't sweat it. If you're riding around and you're worried about the safety of the helmet, no problem. Maybe the FIM certification is in our hearts the whole time, because I trust this helmet with anyone I'd ever care about. It's FIM to me. But if you're going to go track riding and those tracks require FIM certifications, I would call ahead, because if you're gonna show up and there's someone there who's just gonna look for the FIM sticker, they're not gonna find it on this. So if it's really a true certification, that means if you get to do your track day or not, I would check in. I don't know what they're gonna tell you. Wearing glasses, as I do, on this helmet is fine. It's totally doable. There is slots for your glasses to fit into, but they are way too high for at least how my face is designed. It just really floats the glasses over the bridge of my nose and is just in the wrong spot. But with a little wiggling, I just kind of force the glasses down closer into the pads and it's totally fine, and it's not too tight or anything, and I don't have the thinnest glasses ever. So it's totally fine, but it's not fantastic. The Shoei OEM visors, or Shoei visors, if you will, are also great. You pay a good penny for them, but they are just as good as the one you get on the helmet, of course. They're rigid, strong. You can get them in a lot of different tints and colors. I would say try out this yellow tint if you want something other than a clear visor and you're riding more later in the day. This might be the new clear visor, is this yellow tint. It's high contrast. I've really started to like this, and I'm gonna be wanting to try to find this in other helmet manufacturers as well. It's really nice. To answer the question we posed at the beginning, is this helmet right for you? Well, it depends what you want to spend your $1,000 on. Are you looking for the latest and greatest modern features in tech, the biggest cardo speaker pockets, active noise canceling, or are you looking for what the Shoei X-Fifteen has to offer? The greatest aerodynamics, trustworthy safety ratings, handmade construction, the comfort of knowing that this helmet has been iterated on for decades, and the knowledge that this is considered Shoei's greatest helmet they have ever built.